Anyway, I've got all these cockatoos I'm going to get shitted on. I've got to move out the way. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but we've got a couple of magpies here that protect the yard from these corrallers. I'm a bit worried that they'll eat all the fruit, but you'll see a magpie come soon, and a family of magpies, and they'll be shooed off very shortly. Today I put in another couple of citrus. This time it was a Mayer lemon. I found that this spot would be a nice spot because of the brick wall. It faces it faces east actually, so the sun rises from over there, heads down this way and over the other side, so it's in sun for probably about 8 hours most days. And a second citrus in front of this window also creates a little bit of shade for the window during summertime. Over this way I put in a couple more citrus here. This is a Hickson mandarin, and that's now between the two palms and in front of the pomegranate over there near the wall. So that's one. And as I said before, in this space here I wanted to put two more, and this on the south side at the moment is still getting a lot of sun. I know during winter it's sort of in the shade down this way from the house, but during summertime it's in full sun. So this is a blood orange, and the one over here is a navel. Now the reason why I put a navel here is that it's sort of a bigger variety of orange tree, and it should give us a little bit more privacy from the front. So when it takes over this area here, there'll be a little bit more privacy from the front looking back to the backyard. So I'm going to walk around again, and with the blood orange, from what I've learnt, is that the tree itself is not as big and vigorous as the Washington navel. So I thought that this would be a good spot for this one, just so it doesn't take up too much space, which is the entry point into this courtyard, or will be a courtyard once the brick wall is built on that side over there. And I didn't want something that would block too much of the view into this courtyard, but still have the citrus in the middle. And so these are the other two. They're about about 1.5 meters from the house, and these ones, another Washington navel. Now the reason why I planted this one here, like I said before, is that the locust here would probably end up growing quite tall, and I thought having something that sort of bushed up a lot more in front of the house and the windows would fill this space up really nicely. I've got enough space between them to still ride the ride I mower through, but if I find out that the space is too narrow, then I'll probably make this into a garden bed. So put a few rocks around it and make it look very similar to the one over there. So some of the citrus have started dropping a few leaves. I think they're little sooks really. This one, the Eureka, this Eureka, and the one in the front, just the Eureka for some reason has dropped a leaf. Maybe a little bit of stress. The others, like the oranges, haven't dropped any leaves, so I'm not too sure why the Eureka is the one that sooking the most of being transplanted from the pots into the ground. Let's have a look at the ones over here. Yeah, so these are fine. Got a rosella in the apples there. There it goes. I have to sort of pick those apples, I think. But yeah, so here's another. I think this one is also. Oh, this one's a Lisbon. So the Lisbon seems to be a little bit more hardy than the Eureka. It hasn't lost any leaves at the moment, and is looking quite nice. Over here, I planted these mandarins in a hedge, but I'm not too happy about that because I don't really want to move this Fuyu persimmon. So I'm thinking now just to remove this imperial just here. There's enough space for that emperor mandarin and that emperor mandarin over here or over there, and then leave the persimmon to grow between the two, and maybe just move this one. This one over here, yeah, it's still okay, but it is very close to the palm tree, so I'm going to give it a bit of time, and this one too, so it's going to be knocked about a little bit if I keep it here with these things, but maybe I can prune it so the palm fronds are not as low to cause any damage. I'll keep walking around. Yeah, this is a dry area. This is very dry during summer, as you can see with the grapefruit. The ground is really hard and dry, and it's sort of gone a little bit yellow. So I'm not too sure, but yeah, these apples here are starting to get eaten, as you can see. I haven't picked them. I should really pick them and juice them up a little bit, but I just haven't yet. So this one's a nice Granny Smith. Fair few there. Keep walking. They seem to be eating the pink ladies. I think, here we go, yeah, here's another one here. So you can sort of see that the pink ladies are the ones that they like the most. There it is there. So I should really harvest these and juice them up. This mulberry, there was a cutting that I had inside, and I didn't have the fourth mulberry that I should put here, and this has now been put in its place, and hopefully it will end up like these ones. So in winter time I'm going to cut all these outer branches and allow the inner branches to be espoleated to this wire, and I'll just use these as cuttings for propagation of new mulberries to give away to friends and family. Yeah, this dwarf apricot, for some reason, I know it's not the best time of year, but it is suffering a little bit from transplant shock. I was sort of in two frames of mind to maybe prune it a little bit to give it a little bit more strength, but look, most things that I've transplanted have sulked a little bit like that, and have come back quite nicely. Even this thing here, like, it was sulking, and look at it now. So it's growing quite nicely. A few more Granny Smiths over here. How much can you eat, I guess. So yeah, the ones in the middle here, a few more navels that I planted. seem to be okay. There's no wilting or dropping of leaves. This one's fine as well. So look, I guess there's going to be some that will sulk and some that won't. I may remove, if it doesn't get better, the Eurekas and just change them to Lisbon instead. Alrighty, well that's about it, I guess, for this weekend. So it's these two here, right in front of the windows, left and right, and then we've got these ones over here, another variety of mandarin, and of course the two oranges. I'm going to try one of these crispy crunch apples before the birds get them, so I'll just give that a bit of a twist. There you go, came off quite nicely. There you go, that's what it looks like. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, really, really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, down the front here, I don't know if I recorded this already, but I have put a few additional mandarins amongst the olive trees, and like I said, they haven't wilted or lost any leaves at this stage, and seem to be happy with their new location. But I'll take you down to the front and show you the other Eureka that has sulked, similar to the one at the back. It's this one over here, so I'm guessing it's that variety. So it's this one here. So you can see a few leaves that have dropped onto so I'm not too sure. Actually, no, that one's an orange, but with that one there I had to pull it out and put it back in again, so it was disturbed a lot more than the others, so maybe it's that. But it's looking really nice. Geez, this apple's nice. Come back around the back. Oh. So these ones are not very big. Not too happy with the size of this olive, but they haven't turned black yet, so they could still grow a little bit more. That's not a bad size one there, so I'm guessing that it may still grow a little bit more than what it is. But if you have a look at the one down here, I'm very, very impressed with this one. Yeah, this one here. So lots of lemons on this. I should really take some off, but I'm not too fussed that it's not growing too big, this tree. I quite like the size of it. If it gets any bigger, this area might be a bit too small for it, but probably that size or double would be good. This orange tree's growing nicely, but no oranges on it.